Hello everyone, it's Maite and welcome back to my channel. So I am so excited because I get to share with you guys the new Erin Condren products for 2021, 2022 and show you guys the life planner that I have in the colorful hourly version. And as you can see, it is the mid-century circle pattern that I chose for you guys today. Now, I have a lot to get through, so I want to get into it as soon as I can. But before I do, I just wanted to address that I've never done a dedicated life planner review here on this channel. Now, I will get into why that is at the end of this video when I usually insert my thoughts and opinions at the end of a review. But that being said, I don't have anything to compare this to physically. So a lot of EC launch planner videos, you'll see them comparing it to a planner from last year or the planner from 2 years ago and what they like and what they've changed. This instead is going to be the point of view from someone who, if you are on the fence to switching to an Erin Condren, should you do it? Because I have been on the fence for years and years and years. And this year I was like, this is it. Like, this is the time. And again, I'll explain that a little bit more at the end of the video. So this review is going to be like any other review I've ever done. I'm going to go through it like every planner I've ever reviewed. I'm going to go over the planner, do a flip through, do all of my thoughts on that. Then I'm going to go through all of the accessories that I have here in front of me. And then I'm going to go kind of sum up, is this worth the money? Do I think you should switch if you're on the fence and you've always wanted to try an Erin Condren? So I love that this is kind of like a first impressions, new customer experience point of view. I am familiar with their products because I have had their softbound planner and some other random products here and there, but I've never had their life planner. So if that sounds interesting to you, make sure to keep on watching. And if you want to see me use this planner in upcoming videos in July moving forward, when the planner starts, then make sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss a video from me. All right, let's jump into it. You guys, this planner is absolutely breathtaking in person. It is just so beautiful with the gold coil matching the gold foil. I mean, it is just stunning to look at. So they did such a good job on the cover patterns, and I just love how the coil looks with that. But anyways, this EC standard planner is 7x9 and it is a coil bound planner. And it does come with a snap-in bookmark, which I really appreciate because there are so many planners that I reviewed last year that had no bookmark included whatsoever. So I know it's the little things, but I do appreciate it. And it does have a ruler on the edge. The back of the cover is designed for you to be able to write on it with a wet erase marker or a fine tip Sharpie marker, which you can erase with 90% rubbing alcohol. So that way it won't transfer onto your other pages in your planner. The coil diameter is roughly 1.5 inches. I have an 18-month planner here in front of me. So that's just something to note, that the 18-month planner has a larger coil than the 12-month planner. So if you are thinking of franken planning your Erin Condren or taking some pages out to add some other ones, or you want to add some onto this one, maybe go for the 18-month planner because you'll have a little bit more room on the coil. You have this stunning vellum page with the pattern on it. It is so bright and beautiful. And then you get to your cover page and you have a section for your name. Now, there has been a price increase on the planners. I believe the 12-month planner is now $59 baseline. That does not include your gold coil. The gold coil, rose gold coil, and black coil are extra. And if you don't want those, the standard coil is a platinum coil. And the gold foiling on the cover is extra as well. So that's just something to keep in mind. And I realize that it is a $4 increase from the baseline of the planner for about the last 7 years is what they were explaining to us. And the reason for the price increase is that they couldn't hold down the price any longer because the cost of raw materials had increased over the years. So instead of decreasing the quality of the planner that everybody loves, they decided to raise the price $4 on the standard size of the life planner. However, the A5 life planner is still $55 if you are curious. So the paper quality is their iconic 80-pound Mohawk paper. Now this paper has a lot of grit to it, which is great because it soaks up the ink really well and doesn't bleed through your pages, but it is the complete opposite of very smooth paper. I would say that the opposite end of the spectrum would be the Plum Paper Planner paper, but this is the complete opposite. So I've reviewed planners in the past that still have some smoothness to them, and this doesn't really have any of that slip to it. So I do think it's good quality paper, but if you are not familiar with the paper, that's what it's like. It does have a cult following of their paper, and I can see why if you're using more heavy inks, but it is pretty much some of the grittiest paper I have felt on a planner because their softbound planner paper is actually different. It is much smoother, and I thought that was just normal Erin Condren paper, and I really liked the paper in the softbound planner, but it was actually clarified to me that that paper is actually different. Even though it's 80-pound Mohawk paper, that is manufactured somewhere else and hand-bound somewhere else, and the paper supplier is different, so the grit on the paper is not the same. So that is just a clarification on the Erin Condren paper, but all of the coil bound papers and ring bound paper is the same. These design pages are gorgeous. I don't have any plans of doing anything with them. I just really like to look at them. Next up, you have your year at a glance. So you have 2021 on this side, what's left of it, and then the rest of 2022 on the opposite side. Then you get your forward planning pages, and here it says a goal is a dream with a deadline. And all of these are different colors. Even though this is an 18-month planner, you do only get 12 months worth of these boxes. So you got 6 on one side and 6 on the other. You get one notes page before you jump into July, and this divider is just so beautiful. Here is your July monthly spread, and these are what the spreads look like. Every month just has this pattern at the top in different colors, and nothing else changes. You have no other decor on the monthly page other than this header in the month's color. Zooming you guys in, this is a Sunday start calendar for those of you who like your weekends together on the monthly view, and the notes bar is on the right side of the page. Holidays are also written on the planner, and for other holidays, they actually provided a sticker sheet of holidays that you can customize your planner. These are holidays that you don't generally always get to see on a monthly spread. You have Grandparents' Day, National Latinx Heritage Month begins, International Day of Peace, by visibility, all of those holidays, and some extra monthly stickers at the bottom as well. After your monthly spread, you do get a notes page before your dashboard. I really like the dashboard layout this year. I think it makes a lot of sense visually. You have a blank space here with a little bit of the pattern coming through on the corners. You get 2 boxes here to do whatever you want. And on the bottom, it is completely open-ended because you have a dot grid section. And I think visually it's divided really well, and it will probably serve a lot of different purposes for however you want to use this page. So I'm really excited to set this up. I'm still going to brainstorm how I'm going to do that. So stay tuned for my EC planner setup coming soon, but I will work around with these pages month to month, see how I want to use them. So then we get to the hourly spread. Now, as you can see, this starts at the very tail end of June and then goes into the July colors. Zooming you guys in, you do get a header in a very nice, clean, modern font that matches the color of the month. And the hours do run from 6 o'clock in the morning all the way to 7 p.m. at night. I love the fact that this year there's a nothing shaded on the colorful version, so it's actually quite neutral except for these pops of color, which again is why I chose it. They do still have the half-hour marks for the hourly. I know at one point they took them away and then they brought them back, but they are still here for the 2021-2022 year. And your sidebar is very simple. There is a monthly at a glance calendar on the bottom. I'm here nor there on it. I could do without it, honestly, but it doesn't really bother me. One day I will figure out a way to productively use these that tend to pop up in planners, but I just haven't found a way yet to do it. So if you have some good ideas of what you're tracking with this, let me know in the comments down below, because I've just kind of always let them hang there and don't really do anything with them. Like occasionally I'll highlight the week, but that's when I remember to do it. Your Saturdays and Sundays are separate. They have always been separate. And when there is a holiday, it is written on the top of that day. So that is the format until the end of the month. When you get to a notes page, there is one notes page that is always before the next month for you to use this as an extra page either for the next month or to wrap up the prior month. So that is totally up to you, and people always have a ton of great ideas on how to set those up. So let me just go through all of the dividers so you guys can see them. So this is August, this is September, this is October, November, December, January, February. So these follow the iconic Erin Condren color scheme. May, June, and then July starts with the blue color all over again. At the end of the planner in December, you have 2 notes pages before you have your notes section. Now you get quite a bit of notes in the back. I will put up exactly how many that is, but there's nothing superfluous in here. No coloring pages, no hexagons, no anything. It's just note paper, which is very appreciated in a coil-bound planner. Then we have your contacts page that you have here, but I'm happy that it just has name and 2 bullet points, because obviously nowadays you might not want to put a telephone number. Maybe it's just an email address or just a full address for 2 lines. So that's nice that that was left open-ended. And then you get to your year at a glance for 2023. So instead of just your usual year at a glance, it gives you 3 lines for, I don't know, maybe events or major things that are happening that month for the next year. And I think that's a really great way to be able to pre-plan. You also get a section here for notes at the bottom of the page. Those are some really great forward planning pages. And then you have your end page at the end of the planner. So we get to the really fun part of stickers. So these gorgeous stickers match the pattern that you choose. So since this is mid-century circles, you have all of these gorgeous foil stickers. And funnily enough, the ones in my planner are in Spanish. I cannot tell if this was because they knew I was Hispanic and I spoke Spanish and they put Spanish stickers in the back of my book. I'm not really sure, but these ones are in Spanish. I do love the fact that Erin Condren does provide a life planner in Spanish. Those launch in June, but they launched them originally, I believe, last year, and I have yet to see a major planner company have a Spanish option. So as someone who speaks Spanish, that is very well appreciated. However, I don't know how the Spanish stickers ended up in an English language life planner. However, I will gladly take them since I speak Spanish, but obviously if you don't speak Spanish, that could be an issue. They provided the stickers in English as well, so I'm not sure again if that was a mistake or they provided both. You have today, rescheduled, canceled, some more icons, happy birthday stickers. These are gorgeous. And then you have some date event stickers as well. And in Spanish, you have the same thing. Now, for the sake of the video, I'm just going to see if these event stickers fit the hourly. As you can see, this sticker fits perfectly in between the boxes. It takes up exactly 1 hour of space. In the very back of the planner, you get a pocket that corresponds with the design with this sticker sheet that we already went over in here, and this is to hold all of your planner goodies together. It is a double-sided pocket. It's quite sturdy. As in every Erin Condren planner, you also get a perpetual calendar. Now, actually a couple months ago, I was actually trying to buy this separately. I'm not sure if they still sell this separately because I was so tired of having to constantly copy the same dates over and over again in my planner. So as you can see, the perpetual calendar has all of the days of the month, and all of the colors are in this beautiful pale purple. Also get important contacts as well as important passwords in this book. Reference for holidays and dates. This is super handy in my opinion. And at the very back of the planner, you have another one of these dashboards that is the inside of the back cover that you can write on as well with the appropriate writing utensils. Here I have a pen and paper test. The colors that you see swatched out here are the Erin Condren colorful fine tip markers, the pack of 24 that they just launched. So all of the colors were super bright and I love writing with them. The fine tip is really fun. And just wanting to show you guys how that looks on the other side of the page. You don't get a lot of shadowing with this paper. I mean, I can see it, and it being very bright outside, there's not no shadowing from my point of view where I'm standing right here, but it's definitely a lot less saturated on the back side, and it wouldn't really bother me. Black pens that I used here were the Sharpie S Gel, the Papermate Gel, and the Papermate Flare, as well as the EC ballpoint pen that I am about to show you guys right here. This, again, I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but there is shadowing. It's not that big of a deal. There's no bleed through. And yeah, so it's not no shadowing. I can definitely still see it, but it's not anything outrageous, and I don't even think it's picking up on camera. So that is it for the planner. Let's move on to the super fun accessories. First thing I want to start with is this gorgeous planny pack, they call it. It's like a fanny pack for your planner, which I think is really cute. So this is meant to go over your planner. It's meant to keep all of your pens or maybe some other planning tools, whiteout, whatever you need in there. And it has a pocket on the back as well, so it can carry quite a bit. And it's supposed to slide over your planner. This looks so pretty in my opinion, and I think looks so good with the matching gold accents on the zipper, and everything just looks really pretty. Like, I love it when my accessories have accessories. I think that's really pretty. Next, I want to do stickers because absolutely everybody loves stickers, and these are gorgeous. So you have these beautiful foil stickers. And this is the mid-century circle stickers, obviously. These are really pretty, you guys. I love these. Like, these checklist stickers are gorgeous. These say, "You've got this, make it happen, dream big." So these are all gold accents. And these are, I believe, these look rose gold to me, these ones. Yeah, the rest of these, and these are silver accents, which, oh my God, that's so pretty. The silver with the blues and purples. It's gonna look so pretty to coordinate with the months that are blue and purple. Next are these fine tip markers that I already swatched for you guys. And they are gorgeous. I love that you can lay them flat like this. It makes using them super easy with your planner, and it has its own little case. It is annoying that the names of the markers are only on the front of this box. They are not anywhere on the pen, at least not that I could see. So that's annoying if you want to keep the colors straight and take these out of the container, but I do think it is a beautiful array of colors and I really appreciate the fine tip. Next, we have these snap-in accessories that go in your planner. So this checklist dashboard, I believe, is new. Your categories and ways for you to check them off over here. And then a dashboard on the back. And these are supposed to snap into your planner like so. Again, this is the same material as the inside of the covers where you would want to use a Sharpie marker or a wet erase marker. I know Erin Condren doesn't sell their wet erase markers anymore. At least I couldn't find them on their website. So that or a Sharpie will work. You also have these really beautiful snap-in bookmarks. So Erin Condren provides you a bookmark, but if you want to get fancy and get these coil clip bookmarks for other sections of your planner, these match the design as well. This is what the bookmark looks like inside of your planner. I almost forgot, you also have this snap-in dashboard for your to-do lists. These are kind of more of a half sheet size, so are perfect to put in between your weeks. How beautiful does that look with the month of February because it's in pink? The opposite side of this list has Monday through Sunday on the back in this beautiful gold foiling. You guys, all of this gold, it just makes me so happy. Here is what that looks like snapped in. And these are great to keep in the front of your planner. So these sticky notes, I'm just testing to see what size they are. Okay, so they're the same size about as your sidebar. So you guys get a little bit of a size reference. And if you don't want to use the hours, you can stick it right here. If you have a day that is completely taken up by something and you want to cover up the hours, what you can do is actually put a little bit of adhesive on the back, glue this down, and that will hit all the way until the 3 p.m. mark. These littler sticky notes over here, little half boxes, it takes up exactly 2 boxes. So both of these pale yellow and purple sized sticky notes. Next up is this gorgeous ballpoint pen, and this case is just beautiful on its own. And to be honest with you guys, I'm not a ballpoint pen person. As you can see, all of the pens I use in my videos are gel pens, but this is gorgeous, and this is stunning to have on your desk. Maybe if you're gifting this to someone, it's a great gift add-on because it just looks gorgeous on the side of your planner. And another writing tool I have here is this Scribble Design Write and Highlight Interchangeable Pen Kit. You have a barrel connector and all these different tips in different colors, and you can put them on different ends of the pen. So I'm gonna have to play around with this in a separate video, maybe in a plan with me or something, because I just don't have the time to really go through this right now. But if I do in a video, I will link it down below because this is very interesting to play with because you get highlighters and bullet tips and fine tips. So this is fun. This is a fun product for people who like to play with pens. Last but not least are these really pretty welcome cards. Here are your 20% off coupons for future orders and some labels to customize your planner boxes or whatever you want on them. These are really fun. And then you get some really cute planning cards here that you can clip into your planner or keep on your desk or keep it in the pocket of your planner, whatever you want to do. So these are really cute. All right, so I've gone over the planner. We have gone through all of the accessories. I think that is everything that I had sent to me, and I think I went over everything. I'm pretty sure I got it all. So now the final part, and my favorite part of any planner review video or walkthrough, is this worth the money? Do I think you should switch to an Erin Condren, etc., etc. So starting back a little bit as to why I had never had a life planner before, I had always been in the ecosystem of a disc-bound planner, and I was very happy there for a very long time. I will link the video up in the cards about why I switched out of that system, or rather I was forced to switch out of that system for 2021. And I go into further detail about that, but I kind of think of it as like Apple and Android. Like once you're in a system really hardcore and you're invested, I mean, I have the Arc Punch, I had 1,000,001 discs. I loved spending hours making tons of different planners and notebooks in different sizes. Like that was just the phase of life that I was in, and I was thoroughly enjoying being reckless and being kind of creative with my planning setup. And I have all of those planning setup videos still on my channel from like 2017, 2018, and I loved the creativity and the flexibility that all of that gave me. I never really thought I could make the switch to a coil planner at the time. I wouldn't have been happy. I was very happy in a disc-bound planner. And so after having invested so much money and time and just kind of mental energy into a disc-bound system, it seemed kind of wasteful to buy a really expensive planner just to review it. I mean, I had every plan probably to just give it away, knowing full well that it wasn't coming from a place of, I think I could use this planner. Granted, I have reviewed a ton of planners on my channel that are definitely not for me. And objectively, I have been able to say, listen, this is not for me, but I think it's a good product. The problem is in the past, and I'm sure a lot of you guys who have been in the planner community for a really long time, whenever anyone would say maybe anything negative about Erin Condren or the brand, it just would become this like kind of cult-like mentality that you couldn't say anything bad, even if it was constructive criticism. I mean, people's comments would be flooded, and it just got really personal, and I wanted to stay as far away from that as humanly possible. And I know that's kind of a cop-out, but because I wasn't even in a coil-bound system, I wasn't that invested, I wasn't on the EC squad, I wasn't sent for it to review, I kind of felt like, what do I have to really add to that when so many people are such avid users of the brand and very avid followers of the person who created it? And that's kind of why I never did, because I felt like, okay, well, if there was a QC issue or I didn't love the pattern as much as other people, I was going to be welcoming a lot of negativity on my channel that, quite frankly, I just didn't have to do. And now with all the drama and everything that has happened with the brand, it's become a little bit easier for people to voice some criticisms of one of the biggest planner brands out there. And so I felt kind of more comfortable sharing my honest thoughts because I know it has such a cult-like following. I really like the product. I think it's a very high quality product. I think they are gorgeous. This is my favorite pattern they have ever done. I wasn't the biggest fan of some patterns that they had in the past. I think the layouts and the spreads are beautiful. In an ideal world, I would love if they just would pick one color for the weeks that are transitioning at the end of the month. I know that's an iconic EC thing to do, but like the yellow and the purple together, I wish, again, in an ideal world, they just would keep it yellow. But I know I don't think that's ever going to happen. And I hate redating planners, even if it's just to cover up the colors. I just don't have the time. I don't want to bother. So I'm going to leave it as is, but maybe one day they will just choose one color throughout the whole month and not transition in the middle. So that's kind of my overall background on why I hadn't done a dedicated review in the past, because I think, again, in the planner community, and this goes across a lot of different brands, so now we're just going into my random opinions here, people like to idolize the creators of brands like way too much, in a way that they put them on this pedestal that then when they can't meet those expectations or they do something that's questionable or shady or just downright wrong, it just is this like vicious backlash because the pedestal that they were put on was just so high. And I don't idolize any of these people. And I know that's like a radical thought to say out loud, or maybe a lot of you do agree with me, but I never have. I've always thought these are just people who own companies. Some of them are respectable companies, some are great, some aren't, and that just is what it is. Like, absolutely none of these people pay my bills. I'm not going to die on a hill for any of these people. I'm not going to defend these people tooth and nail on Instagram. Like, I have no interest doing any of that, and I never have, and I never will. And so that's kind of, and especially as a woman of color, I don't expect anything from anybody. I really don't. Like, my expectations of people are just, in general, really low. And so, again, not trying to rehash old drama, but when all of this happened last year, I wasn't even making videos on my channel at the time. Like, I just wasn't that surprised. And I was someone who was able to separate the person from the brand. And I do think because Erin herself isn't as active in the brand, she's kind of on a leave of absence, she's kind of disappeared off the face of the earth this past year, it's been easier to be more receptive to the changes and the things that are going on at the brand because she is more removed from it, and I'm able to say what I like and what I don't like about the brand, and people don't have to get all in a huffy that I'm directly talking about a person. Like, I'm talking about a brand and their products. And personally, so this is my personal opinion, I think the CEO is doing a really good job being very inclusive. I think they're putting their money where their mouth is in a way that a lot of other brands aren't. Granted, some of their snafus haven't been as bad and they don't have as much to make up ground for. But in my opinion, I think, again, this is my opinion, I want to support brands that are trying to do better, because I think when you go through a lot of backlash and people try to change and they make a concerted effort to go in a different direction and you're still like, nope, that's not good enough, nope, that's not good enough, it deters other brands from doing the right thing as well. If people want people to do the right thing and to hold companies accountable and do all of that, then when they make changes and do those things, I think we should be more receptive to that change. Granted, we're all adults here on this channel. 99% of the people who watch me are over the age of 18. So you spend your money as you see fit. If you don't want to spend your money on an Erin Condren planner, do not buy an Erin Condren planner. I have reviewed a ton of different planners. I have used different planners. Don't buy it. You don't got to buy it. It's 100% okay. But I felt a lot more comfortable showing it and sharing my opinions because that personal aspect, at least for me, has been removed from at least I think most of the general public, and I can be a little bit more free, which is how I like to run my channel, about my opinions on the products. So that gets me to, is it worth the money? I think it is. I reviewed quite a few planners last year that were getting up there in price. I'm talking $70-something, not including shipping. My Emily Lay planner is $60, not including shipping. Granted, that is a daily planner, but I just want to let you guys know that like planner prices have increasingly gotten higher, even among smaller planner brands. So I love the fact that you get a snap-in bookmark. You get the ability to customize all of the covers, get a whole thing of stickers in the back. You get another sticker sheet for other holidays if you want to include them. You get a pocket. You do get a perpetual calendar. You get a lot for your buck. You also get 20% off coupons for further purchases, which I think is really great. And the quality is really good. Obviously, I haven't kept this for a year. I will update you guys at the end of the year how this is held up. But I think if you are interested in going towards the coil planner, then definitely I would say this is the year to do it. I think not only is the quality really good, but they are experimenting with different sizes. So there is the A5 that they came out with and a letter size planner, which is 8.5 inches by 11 inches, American Standard paper size. However, those are only available in the horizontal, not the vertical or the hourly, which is a bummer, but you are able to try out the brand if you haven't, maybe as a secondary planner. They also have ring-bound planners in A5 finally, I never really understood the binder concept. That was another thing. I know people love that, but I didn't get it. It's the 7x9 in a binder format, and that is available in hourly and vertical, but I didn't understand it. It was a proprietary binding that I just didn't get personally, and I am so happy that they brought out an A5. It is gorgeous. I don't have it to show you guys, but I hope other people do because it is stunning. The cover is beautiful. It's just a gorgeous A5 planner. And obviously, if you love A5 sizes or you're in rings, it's easier for you to try out the inserts, try out Erin Condren that way. So I love that they have the option for that. You also get the option of 3 different designs this year. So I showed you guys the mid-century circle design. There is the gorgeous flora design, which is more neutral. And then there is the design where the dividers are colorful, but the planning pages are completely neutral. And I think that's gorgeous as well. It's a bit more like modern, bold, and I think they did a really good job on that. I love how everything coordinates together. As I was saying, I love it when my accessories have accessories, and this is one of my favorite patterns they've ever done. I think it was really well executed. So if you have ever been curious about my thoughts on the brand, why it has taken me this long, what my overall thoughts on this product are, there you have it. Let me know in the comments down below if you will be picking up an Erin Condren, if this video pushed you over the fence, if you're kind of looking at new systems right now for the new year. I want to know all your thoughts. I want to know if you liked this video. And yeah, as always, I will catch you in my next one. Bye, guys.